Welcome to Mental Models Daily, where we explore one mental model each day to help you elevate your daily decision making. Today, we're examining a powerful economic concept that shapes innovation and progress. Creative destruction, the process by which new innovations continuously replace outdated systems and businesses. Creative destruction, coined by economist Joseph Schumpeter, describes how economic progress naturally destroys the old while creating the new. Think of it like a forest fire that, while destructive, creates fertile ground for new growth and actually strengthens the ecosystem. What makes this concept particularly powerful is its reminder that destruction isn't always negative. It's often a necessary part of progress and renewal. A fascinating historical example comes from the 19th century whaling industry in New Bedford, Massachusetts. When kerosene and petroleum products began replacing whale oil for lighting in the 1850s, New Bedford's dominant whaling industry faced extinction. However, the city's rope makers and textile manufacturers, who had originally served the whaling industry, began adapting their skills and equipment to serve the growing petroleum industry. The Morse Twist Drill and Machine Company, founded by former whaling equipment manufacturers, became a pioneer in creating tools for the new industrial age. The destruction of whaling led to the creation of new industries that employed more people and generated greater wealth than whaling ever did. This transformation shows how creative destruction can turn the end of one industry into the beginning of several others. In the modern business world, Square offers an illuminating example of creative destruction. Rather than trying to work within the existing credit card processing industry, which relied on expensive specialized hardware and long-term contracts, Square created a simple, mobile card reader that could turn any smartphone into a payment terminal. This innovation essentially destroyed the traditional merchant services model for small businesses. While this disrupted established payment processing companies, it created new opportunities for millions of small vendors, street performers, and micro-entrepreneurs who previously couldn't accept card payments. Square's approach didn't just replace old technology, it created an entirely new ecosystem for small business commerce. It's like replacing a few large trees with a diverse garden that supports many different forms of life. So how can we apply creative destruction in our daily lives? First, practice what I call destruction awareness. Regularly assess which aspects of your work, skills, or business might be vulnerable to creative destruction. Instead of resisting change, use this awareness to spot opportunities for evolution. It's like being a surfer who watches for waves of change to ride rather than trying to hold them back. Second, implement creative adaptation. When you notice something becoming obsolete, focus on identifying transferable skills and assets that could be repurposed for emerging opportunities. A video rental store owner might leverage their knowledge of entertainment preferences to become a streaming content curator. It's like being a butterfly that doesn't mourn its caterpillar form but uses that energy for transformation. Third, develop what I call phoenix thinking. Train yourself to see endings as potential beginnings. When something in your life or career is being destroyed by progress, actively look for the new possibilities that are being created. It's like an architect who sees an empty lot where an old building stood and envisions the possibilities for something new and better. In conclusion, creative destruction reminds us that progress often requires letting go of the old to embrace the new. By understanding this principle, we can better navigate change, spot opportunities in disruption, and participate in the creation of new value. In a world of accelerating change, this mental model helps us embrace transformation rather than resist it. Thank you for joining me today on Mental Models Daily. Until next time, may your destructions be creative, your adaptations be swift, and your transformations be rewarding. For more mental models, please visit mentalmodelsdaily.com or find us on X or Instagram. Our podcast music was provided by the podcasthost.com and Alitu, the podcast maker. Find your own free podcast music